Hey folks, make sure to subscribe to my channel right now for more stories like this. They claimed it was simply a casual meetup. No need to head back. No need to get fancy. No need to anticipate a formal invite. So I skipped it. I hopped on a plane to Maui instead. A few hours on, my phone kept buzzing nonstop. Mom in tears. Dad expressing regret. Madison yelling that I'd wrecked her proposal moment. Ironic. I wasn't even on the guest list. I gazed at the waves crashing against the stones, like cheers for making it through. Amid the sea spray and the heavens, it hit me that the gathering I'd yearned to join my whole existence was never intended for someone like me. I'm Judith, and that recent weekend flipped everything I thought about kin. Has this kind of thing ever happened to you? Share in the comments. They described it as relaxed. Now the tears are flowing. Part 2. The long stretch of preference and feeling over the top. I've forever been the mismatched offspring. The outcast. The one who relocated too distant, hustled too intensely, voiced too boldly. Madison, she's the prized one. Caregiver, kind, reliable. The type that shines in family snapshots. I was the flaw, the one they cropped away. On Thursday, Mom rang during my midday meal. Her tone was overly gentle. Darling, Madison's throwing a small gathering this weekend. Nothing elaborate, just intimate pals. No actual ask, just a heads up. I grinned over my brew. Seems enjoyable for the group. She paused. Yeah, just understated. That phrase stuck with me through the afternoon. Understated? Like, don't probe further. That evening, my cousin Emma dialed, outraged. Judith, you're joking, aren't you? You're skipping it. Skipping what? Your sibling's proposal bash. My heart stopped. What proposal bash? She forwarded the card. Fancy gold embossing, hosted meal. 60 attendees. The one I was never meant to glimpse. I dialed Mom once more. Her excuses revealed it all. We figured it could be wiser without you. Wiser for whom? You understand your ways, she remarked. You turn situations toward you. Those words hollowed me out. As though uniqueness was an offense. As though dignity was conceit. I'd traveled back for each festivity, covered their expenses, rescued their home one time. Yet, I remained the shame, the hassle. I ended the call and lingered in shadows. Rage hit initially, then sorrow, then something keener. Insight. If they refused to honor me, I'd master honoring myself. If you've ever felt cast as the misfit, you get the pain I mean. So, I began plotting my getaway. Rachel, Part 3, the Maui getaway that shifted it all. Answered right away. She always does when I'm falling apart. R.A., I need a wonder, I told her. I want to vanish to someplace stunning. In no time, she sorted it. Premium seat to Maui, a room overlooking the sea. Personal spot, treatments, evening chopper ride, a break crafted like a cosmic amends. I kept it from my relatives. Why bother? They'd already signaled I wasn't in the festivities. Saturday dawn. As they arranged bubbly flutes and twinkling bulbs, I buckled in and released a decade of faking. I requested Java from the crew. Then bubbly. I shared a pick on route. Glass and grip. Note, at times you toast to you. To recognizing your value. Upon touchdown, the responses flooded. You earned it. Super inspired by you. Thriving fully. My supervisor added praising hands. An old schoolmate noted, showed me to pick me. It wasn't payback. Not at that point. It was air. Evidence I persisted. Beyond their label of excessive. The place was dreamlike. Vast glass overhead. The sea rolling out to the edge. Flowers lining the path. Brine in the drapes. I lingered there shoeless, at last inhaling. Second share. Haven discovered. At times, solitude is top-notch. Views surged. Messages piled like vivid notes. The system favored it. My circle did too. My device warmed with approval. Next, the shaded spot snap. Dusk spilling amber over my frame. A cup lifted skyward. Note, at times, the finest bashes are self-hosted. I uploaded at 9 p.m. my zone, precisely as the proposal cheer kicked off. I flipped the device over and tuned into the surf debating the coast. Initially, the alerts were warm, affections, approvals, notes. Then they changed. Cousin Emma, hold on, you're in Hawaii? Aunt Linda, your mom's inquiring. A local vicariously through your tales this eve. And more, since many at that proposal event followed me too. Old classmates, Jake's sib, mutual acquaintances, attendees clutching devices beneath the twinkles, browsing my updates live. A murmur began, a finger pointed, an exit early. The murmurs grew there, building like interference amid toasts. Isn't she Judith? Why is she absent? A query with bite. Emma messaged reports. Watching the meltdown. Jake's mom seeks you. Madison appears drained. Chatters brewing. Shooter seems uneasy. I lounged on the grains with fresh sips. The breeze carried brine and finality. The heavens turned violet, then deep blue, then merciful across the waves. My non-presence echoed stronger than my attendance ever had. That's when the calls began. The initial ring. Part 4, the gathering that collapsed minus me. Hit at 10:15 p.m. my time. Mom's words broke via the fuzz. Judith, get back immediately. I faced the shadowy tides. For what? The event's destroyed. She wept. Madison's crushed. Jake's folks departed. I'll inquire on you. I nearly chuckled. Recall, no invite for me? She wept deeper. Please, Judith, mend this. Mend my exclusion. Then a fresh tone. Madison, you're incredible, she shrieked. You timed this getaway to sabotage my proposal. No, Madison, I murmured. I timed this getaway since you ensured I was unwelcome. You always distort, she yelled. You thrive on victimhood. I reserve post-discovery, I stated. Verify the times. Quiet. Then Jake's tone, steady yet pointed. Judith, deepest regrets. I was unaware of no invite. My voice stung. Assumed as much. He exhaled. Believed work blocked you. Had I known, I'd have demanded. The connection shuffled, tones layering, a sob. Dad joined. Sweetie, no intent to wound. But you did regardless, I replied. You picked ease over truth. He attempted words, but I disconnected. The evening buzzed, balmy and detached. Then Emma updated. Jake's folks just exited the event. They're livid. Notes cascaded like tiles. Mom sobbing. Aunt Karen's raising voice. Jake seems ill. I envision the twinkles dimming over tense quiet. Attendees dodging gazes. Shooter stowing gear. Emma's final note. Aunt Karen voiced that you preserve their home. She's labeling all fakers. I released breath. Reality had crashed the event at last. Across half a sea, I lounged in pale wrap, observing the flow wipe its errors. Come dawn, Mrs. Thompson rang personally. Judith, I must apologize, she stated. Family shouldn't act so. She seemed firm, nearly guarding. Jake and Madison must reflect deeply prenups. Her phrases lingered like judgment. I expressed thanks, then let quiet linger. Soon, Jake messaged more. Heading to sessions. Ceremony paused. She's struggling. She's never needed to, I responded. He delayed the follow-up. I see it clearly now. You weren't the issue. For once, I didn't minimize. I know I sent. Then set the device aside. The light ascended via drapes, mild and unconcerned. The sea ignored engagements for ages. So did I, first in years. And that's when I resolved to cease as their hassle. Monday dawn, Madison. Part 5. Limits, Disloyalty, and Reclaiming Command. Rang once more. Her tone was tiny, like amid her ruins. Jake doubts the marriage, she noted. You demolished all. I eyed the overhead spinner, looping lazily. I demolished zilch, Madison. I merely declined the role. You might have kept Mum, she barked. I did, I replied. For 28 years, mute. Then she murmured, I'll discuss you over us. They discuss your actions, I noted. Big distinction. You owe apology. She asked, you truly think so? I sought flawless day, and you deemed flawless as my removal. I cut off more tears. Then I contacted my folks. We must discuss, I stated, all of it. Mom aimed to ease. Judith, we sought harmony. You sought dominance, I adjusted. You deceived directly and urged my repair. Dad coughed. You're our child still. Aware. That's the sting. You view me as aid, not peer, I said. In crises, I'm kin. In joys, I'm disruption. The connection held silent. I'm finished as your bailout, your sentiment absorber, your snag. No fun sent, no rushes home from shame. For visits begin truthful. Judith, avoid this. Mom begged. It's underway. Breaths echoed like gusts via shattered panes. That day, Jake noted. Sessions booked. Union delayed. She's not coping. She's never required, I typed. He paused pre-next. I've noticed. You weren't at fault. This time, no softening. I know, I answered. Then device down, brewed Java and owned the hush. Days merged to pure state. I toiled extended, rested sans reruns. Shame rang occasionally. I ignored. On drama queries, I noted it illuminated matters since it did. The order vanished. The stand fractured. The facade dropped. First, their quiet didn't frighten. It echoed liberty. That eve, I perched by pain, urban glows pulsing under. I penned a roster named items I won't regret. 1. Living boldly. 2. Selecting self. 3. Not mending unbroken. 4. Awaiting reciprocal affection. 5. Departing when absent. I affixed it visibly, then rested soundly. By light, I grasped fully my identity. Part 6. Calm, affection, and a vista worth holding. Absent them. 3 months elapsed. The hush became gap, and gap became calm. Jake ended the union. He informed Emma he couldn't wed into pretense. Madison faulted me. But even that seemed remote now, like faint sound past shut entry. My parents persisted calls. Regrets blended shame. Shame posed as care. I ceased responses post 5th message. Some closure skipped talks. They demand span. Job shifted, easier. Another rise. My leader remarked, you appear unbreakable recently. I grinned. Calm suits folks well. Then existence astonished. A fresh face, a subtle sort of fine. He cherished what my kin deemed defects. Autonomy. Limits, spark, he noted. You're not tangled, Judith. You're distinct. We're betrothed now. Modest rite in Tuscany. Solely those who cheer others glow. My kins asked, if they can rejoice sans altering past. At times I ponder my progress, from weeping on sofa to swaying beneath Tuscan beams, from pleading spot at their spread to crafting mine. Recovery isn't flashy. It's calm that lingers post-cheers. I recall Maui occasionally. The brine, the glow. How the sea never regretted excess. That journey wasn't flight. It was return to self. If you've needed to depart blood ties for a breath, you're not cold. You're mending. Since top payback isn't fury. It's calm. It's rising to still dawns and knowing your joys unclaimed. I crafted my spread. It seats less, but all here cheer my words. The sea still murmurs reminders. Liberty mimics pardon. At times the kin you shed clears path for deserved existence. The panorama is superior here. Before wrapping, if this tale moved you, kindly hit like and pass to one needing this now. Don't forget to subscribe for more true family disloyalty tales that reminds us we are stronger than we.